Greetings of peace. Welcome to my channel Being Huma, where we, the soul sisters, come and connect together to celebrate our humanness. This channel is all about how to use your heart, your head and your hand in harmony to create everlasting happiness in your lives. And this is a new video series that I am doing called the Soul Talk or Soul to Soul Talk, in which I'm going to share my inspirational thoughts, a few of the pearls of wisdom from my own life experiences, and also answer any of the questions that you have for me. So if you have any question, go down in the comments and put it there, and I'll definitely get back to you in one of the upcoming episodes of Soul to Soul Talk series. This is a very light-hearted kind of video series in which I just share whatever I receive as inspiration, whatever I'm going through currently in my life, and how I have been able to turn my lack into my abundance, my loss into my gain, or my trial into triumph. So I share with you my own personal life journey and all the difficult moments and difficulties that I'm even currently going through, or all the imbalances, and how I was able to receive an answer to them, or find a solution, or what I was able to do to turn them around. As you know, this channel is all about the trial to triumph movement, which is about how to take your trials, your lacks and your losses in life as turning points and transform them into triumphs, gains and abundance. And so today there is a question that I'm going to answer for one of my readers of the book 37 Lessons on How to Gain from Loss, A Believer's Journey from Trial to Triumph. I received this question on one of my author interviews. She asked me something pertaining to one of the chapters within this book. There is a chapter called the Tornadoes. It's on page 77. Yeah, so she asked me, this is a chapter in which I discuss the tornado, and I actually link it to the difficulties in our lives, and I also offer some action steps of how to find the tornado's eye. That is how to basically get into that space within a difficulty or a very difficult time of your life, where you can actually do something positive and really be in the right frame of mind and the right space in your life, where whatever you do or whatever decision you take, you will really achieve something better. Because even while you are in difficult situations like any personal loss or just a loss of a loved one, you can't stop your life. You still have to make a lot of decisions. It's not as advisable to take decisions, but if you look practically at life, you still have to make decisions. So how could you really get into that mode, in that neutral mode, or if not positive, into that space where you can, be in the frame, in the right space of mind and heart and body, where you can make decisions, or whatever decisions you make come out of that space are beneficial for you in the future. So I'm going to answer that question that she had for me in a different kind of way, and this happened because I had an inspiration today about a difficult time, and that's what I'm going to share with you right now. So as you know, I also have a lot of imbalances in my life, and I am going through currently something that is not able to let me accomplish my goals like the way I want. So if I'm I'm a person who really wants to plan things out, organize things, and if I'm very clear about what I want to do, I want to organize and plan my day, and I need to get my goals done. I'm also very conscious since I was a child of not having to, of being very mindful about my time and not wasting it. I'm very conscious about it, because I believe that your time is like other things. It's a blessing from God, and you are accountable for it. And He is going to ask you when you leave this earth, that where did you put, or where did you invest this time in. And I'm a really conscious person as far as time is concerned. And when you have a goal and you have planned and you know how you can do it, but obstacles and things come into your way, you just get very irritated as a human being. You react to it if you're not in a centered place, and you get angry, you get annoyed, so you try again and it doesn't happen, and you try again and it doesn't happen, and it builds up your frustration. It makes you annoyed, and sometimes even if you have all the tools in life and you know everything and you have done this so many times in your life before, you are not able to get to that space where you should be, where you can actually make it happen. So today was one of those days when I was reflecting back that I'm not able to achieve this goal, and I'm really, it's really something very big for me. I want to achieve it. I know I have to, but I'm not able to do it. And I know that I'm coming in my own way. I have to get centered. I have to get my irritation away so I can get into the frame of mind where I am able to easily manifest my goal. And I just want to give you an example to make you understand this fact of what I'm talking about, and I believe that you'll be able to relate it with your own life, or able to relate more with it. So you must have had physical pain in your life, like having a fever, or just getting hurt, getting your knee hurt, falling down, something like that. So if you have had a physical pain in your life, sometimes like a nerve pain, sometimes you have nerve pain, and nerve pain is like really the most hurtful, painful thing that you can have, especially it's like just at the peak. So initially when you have a pain, a physical pain, you feel like really hurt. You can't stand it. But if you remain in that pain, it keeps on increasing and increasing and increasing, just like a nerve pain, and it has been going on for a few seconds, a few minutes, it has been going on for like for a long period of time. There comes a point where you are at a threshold of pain, like you have experienced so much of it that your body just can't take it anymore. You're at the threshold, and when you reach that threshold of pain, you cannot experience, you just cross the threshold of pain that your body can take. You can't even feel the pain after that. So if you can relate to what I'm saying, if you have ever had, because I have actually suffered some nerve pain in my life, and I remember that when it was like really, really painful for me in the beginning, but when I stayed in it for so long, my body just gave up. It just couldn't take the pain anymore. And I knew that I had crossed the threshold of my body to experience it. It was just so much that I just didn't feel the pain after that, even though it was still there, even though I was still in that space. So when I was thinking about my life, or even you think about your life, and you look back and you see that your life is surrounded by toxic people, by difficult circumstances, and you're a person who's very conscious, and you have been working to find solutions. You have been doing things, not just sitting and thinking, and still you are still there. You're still surrounded in those circumstances. You're still surrounded by those people. When you are in such a state and something else happens, and you just say, I can't take it anymore, I can't go on another day like this, just look back at your life and find it as synonymous as walking on a path of thorns to get to that rose. Because if you want the rose, the king of all flowers, you have to first weed out all the thorns. And if you look back and you find that you have been walking on the path of thorns, you have bled so much, you have felt the hurt so much, you have like literally been you could say tortured with that hurt, but you have come so far. When you have walked and felt the hurt to that extent, aren't you in a place where you have just crossed the threshold where you shouldn't be even feeling that pain anymore? And when you are, when you think about your life in those terms, that yes, you have been hurt so much, you have walked on those thorns, you have felt that pain, but it has been going on for such a long time that you're in a space where it doesn't really even feel, because you already know how it feels, and your body has just crossed that threshold of pain where you can't feel it anymore. So just knowing that fact, that yes, this is for a fact that I'm surrounded by all these things. I'm surrounded by difficult people, difficult circumstances. Things keep repeating. I already know what's going to happen, or the encounters I'm going to happen, the things that are going to be thrown at my face. I already know that. I already know that they're going to be challenges, because I've been experiencing those before. But I have just walked such a long time on such a difficult, painful experience that I don't even feel that pain anymore. It's just normal. It has become like really normal to me. And when your body just physically, just think about it, when your body crosses that threshold, what if you can actually mentally also cross that threshold? Because when you do that, it's just a feeling of liberation. You say, yeah, I have just crossed the threshold so much that I can't even feel the pain, even though I am still in those circumstances. And this is the same thing that I mentioned in my chapter, The Tornado's Eye. Because when you are in a tornado and you are spinning around, you are powerless. You can't do anything. You are just moved by that wind, and whatever it does to you, you just have no power and no control over it. But when you are there, you don't have power. But when you get to the center of the tornado, you are in the center of the tornado, that stillness, that's the place where you can actually make the right decisions, because you're so centered. And even though you're surrounded by the tornado, it does not have any effect on you. This is what I was inspired today with, because I was feeling down, and I looked back and I thought that I have crossed that threshold of pain, and right now I'm just so free. So even if I'm surrounded by those circumstances, those tornado-like circumstances, but I'm at the space, in the place where it does not affect me. It can go on and keep going on, but it does not have power over me. When you separate yourself from that and you reach that space, that's when you get into the frame of mind where you can make decisions, and where you can think even to produce results, to get to that rose that you want and you deserve. And that's where, from that space, when you come out or take any action, or even a thought, you think of something, that's where you actually can receive something good. So whenever you are feeling down and you think that nothing is working out for you, your whole life is still a mess, you have a lot of imbalance, and you are surrounded by that difficult circumstances, you have walked on the thorns and you are still picking off out those thorns from your path of life, you are surrounded in a tornado, think about it. You have come a long way. Just tell yourself, you have come a long way, and you have crossed the threshold of pain enough that the pain does not have any effect on you. It does not have any control on you. Just that simple knowing that it does not have any control over you, that those circumstances don't have any control over you, you separate yourself from that, you come into that space, you relax, and you make the next move. Whatever it might be, it is going to be in your favor, and it is going to produce favorable circumstances for you. That is a space you have to come to make decisions. So I hope that I have kind of answered that question that my reader had in a different way. If you want to know more about it, also, if I'm going to actually read the passage from the Tornado's Eye in one of my upcoming videos, so I'm going to link that once it is live on YouTube. You can go and check it out to learn more about what it was. And so if you have any more questions, you can put your questions down below, and I will come up with the next episode with sharing one of my new inspiring moments or something from my past with all of you. So until next time, share the love, spread the message, and take really good care of yourself. Love, peace, and blessings.